Well, we're here at Children's Hospital today. Thought it'd be a good time to give an update as Opal is currently getting a MRI done. A lot to update you on since we've been active on social media. Long story short, as you know, we saw a lot of good improvement after our first trip to Neuro-Solution in Austin, and then we we did a second trip, had enough funds to do that. We did that at the very end of November, right?
Before Thanksgiving.
The week before Thanksgiving, went back for 1 week, and really that was a confirming trip that we were at the right place, doing the right things. Around that same time, kind of a crazy story, we've got Opal now has an official diagnosis of Aicardi Syndrome. And that's believed to be a genetic disorder, though they haven't found the genes yet. But that syndrome consists of all of the things that's going on with her, the brain malformities and digestive issues, infant spasms, multiple types of seizures, and that sort of thing. So that was very helpful, and that it was clarifying for us. But you know, challenging it's helpful, but also it's helpful because we know what challenges that we're in and that Opal's going to be facing. Crazy story about that. An eye doctor in our church actually found it. We took her in just as for a preliminary eye exam. We just wanted to make sure she was, that her eyes were functioning normal and that there wasn't anything wrong with her eyes, and that's why she couldn't focus as well and things like that. We're just trying to, check off boxes. And he doesn't do pediatrics, but he's a very godly man, very sincere in his work and in his faith, and the Lord used him. He just took a look at her eyes and basically said, "I'll be right back," and came back with like his old textbook from ophthalmology school. And I know that it didn't happen this way, but it's almost like he was like blowing the dust off of it when he walked into the room. And he was like, "I've only seen this once before, and it was in my residency 30 years ago." It's like, but I really think that she has something called Aicardi Syndrome. Basically, there's like little, they're not holes, but like lesions in the retina.
Behind the eye.
And that with the seizures and the brain deformities is what they use to diagnose. And so he found the lesions in her eye and knew what they were from seeing it one time in his residency 30 years ago. So amazingly gifted and skilled in his work. But he gave all the glory to God and said, "Now I know why God had me see that 30 years ago, so that I could know what's going on." So that fast-tracked us into ophthalmology at Children's Hospital here. They were able to confirm that diagnosis. And another thing that the pediatric ophthalmologist saw here was an irregular optic nerve in one of her eyes, which doesn't affect her vision too much, but it can mean that there's a blood vessel deformity in her brain, that the blood vessels in her brain are deformed. And if that's the case, then she's at risk of stroke. So that's what we're doing today. She's having an MRI to look just at a part of her brain that they want to check up on, and also to see if the blood vessels have that deformity in her brain. So if you would be praying that that MRI comes back clear, then that would be, we would greatly appreciate it if you prayed for that, as that would be one less thing that we have to be concerned about and watch for and be proactive about, things like that. But in good news, Opal has made great strides. I mean, she was moving the most we've ever seen her move just a couple nights ago. Coming up on her elbows a little bit, starting to, move her feet in a crawling type movement. Not really standing up, but trying to put, some frame, push up and put some frame and some posture underneath her. And so we had a lot of fun with her a couple of nights ago when she was decided to be active at bedtime. So we just said, okay, well, you can get some exercise in.
Do your rolls.
Do your rolls. We can practice your rolls, practice, all the PT stuff that Ariel does with her every day. And we're eager to get back down to Austin. We're planning to go again in April. And we have about half the funds needed for that. I've set up a new giving platform because GoFundMe was doing some shady stuff, not with our funds, but with other people's funds. And so we wanted to find a better platform. So I've set that up. That'll be in this post or in the comments or in the description. You'll be able to see where that is. It's through Give, Send, Go. It's a Christian platform that some ministries that I'm involved with use, and so it's a good platform for that. And we just are so thankful for your continued support, continued prayers, and we're eager to see what the Lord does in her. You have anything to add?
After all that. I think we're just, kind of anxiously awaiting what the MRI findings will find with the vessels. Because if she is at risk for a stroke, then the hospital wants to do different stroke prevention things probably the rest of her life. We don't know what that would look like. And it'll be a good point to ask the doctors in Austin at Neuro-Solutions kind of what their protocol would be for stroke prevention. And so it's just a whole nother layer on top of everything we've been dealing with the seizures and the developmental delays to be able to work on. So it's, I think, kind of a monumental day to know what's going on, and it's going to shape more things of what we do in the future.
Good.
Yeah.
God bless. See you next time.